Summer's right around the corner, everybody. And you know what you should do to help your summer feel more active and feel more fulfilling? Just get yourself someone who looks at you the same way Velveteen Dream looks at Ricochet when he flips over the top rope.
No. Not sure how that's going to help your summer, but hey, we'll take it. Welcome to the Midweek Wrap-Up. And, of course, we are talking about NXT.
Lucha Underground coming soon.
Yes, a couple of weeks. We will have Lucha Underground Season 4, but for now, it is just the NXT, which is building towards NXT TakeOver Chicago 2. And, straight off the bat, we now know for sure that Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa will have a street fight.
Yeah.
Both of them are being kept away from Full Sail for this night specifically. Of course, that doesn't work out so well later. We'll talk about that in a second. But essentially, they've both been sent contracts to sign and bring back to William Regal, so that way they are not in the same place.
Mauro Ranallo.
Or Mauro. We'll talk about that again in a second. Essentially, just so they don't get in each other's face at Full Sail for the time being. And Candice is officially done. She's given up on Johnny. She's sick of what's going on, so she's removing herself from the situation. But we'll see if that changes at NXT TakeOver Chicago.
Probably will.
Speaking of NXT TakeOver Chicago, we had the NXT champion Aleister Black talking about that there was some confusion as to who he was going to face at the event in Chicago. And Lars Sullivan very emphatically let him know that it was him.
Yeah.
First off, by telling him that William Regal said so, and then stopping Black Mass, and then dropping him with a freak accident. Needless to say, it'll be Aleister Black versus Lars Sullivan for the NXT Championship at NXT TakeOver Chicago. We had the War Raiders defeat George Henson and Cody Vincent very definitively. Lacey Evans is confident that she'll beat Kairi Sane for a second time next week in their rubber match. EC3...
I've always wondered why it's called a rubber match.
I think I looked it up once, and I don't remember what it said. EC3 defeated Fabian Eichner with featuring Johnny Gargano, turning in his contract to Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest here. I think Johnny Gargano won. Because really, I don't even think it's a street fight. I think it was just a race to see who could get the contract back the fastest.
Unless, while he was doing that, Tommaso was turning his into William Regal.
Yeah, Johnny's like, yeah, I got it in first. And then Regal's going to be like, oh no, Tommaso faxed it to me. Then Johnny's like, what? Who still uses fax machines?
Tommaso Ciampa. We also had the...
Evil fax machines.
It just stares at you. And it's just the sound of people booing. We also had...
And he turns it on and goes, fuck you, Ciampa.
We had the first edition, potentially the only edition. I don't know if we're going to get a second one, but who is Bianca Belair?
They didn't end by saying that part 2 will be like next week.
Yeah, so. But it didn't seem like it was all the story. I guess it kind of was. Yeah. It was just that, her whole family is great, so she needed to be great, and she is great, and Bianca. We also had...
She could run fast.
real fast and lift heavyweights. We had Ricochet defeat Chris Dijak, which was a fantastic match. And then, yes, we had Ricochet flip over the top rope and land in front of Velveteen Dream as they solidified the fact that they, too, will have a singles match at NXT TakeOver Chicago.
Yeah.
And, man, that was a fun situation. And speaking of fun situations, Dakota Kai was not in one of them, as she would lose in attempts to take the NXT women's title away from Shayna Baszler. But Nikki would when she did take the NXT women's championship away from Shayna Baszler. Not necessarily winning the title legally.
Yeah, possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah, so...
If you live in the Wild West.
So 9/10 of the law considers Nikki Cross the new NXT Women's Champion.
Dakota Kai, my new favorite referee.
The most confused referee, I think. With that being said, what did you like Other than the fact that it was NXT, because
that end segment with Nikki Cross.
Man, I don't even know. It was just...
Because at first I was like, why did they not call her up to the main roster with the rest of Sanity? And now I'm okay with it now, because Sanity's not on TV and Nikki Cross is...
I mean, she's kind of in a Bayley situation.
Doing an insane thing with Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, I mean, she's in a situation where she's the current Bayley. She's like the one that's been around the longest. She's got... she's had the most experience out of everyone that's currently on TV, so she's kind of running that spot. But man, apparently now she makes rules, and she makes referees, and she starts matches. Drake didn't seem to think so, but boy, she was having a hell of a time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go with my love being Fabian Eichner versus EC3.
Like?
Not only... What did I say?
You said love.
I meant like. That's what I meant. I liked Fabian Eichner versus EC3. Not only because, the random entrance of Johnny Gargano, but that EC3 and... Fabian Eichner was on fucking fire.
Fabian Eichner brought it with that triangle jump.
Yeah.
Crossbody to the outside.
I mean, and he was tossing EC3 around.
Yeah.
But then EC3 came back super intense, hitting his high profile moves and whatnot. So yeah, it was just a fun segment with a little bit of like random interval of Johnny Gargano walking to the desk and announcing that in fact he was holding a contract that said he was going to face Ciampa at NXT TakeOver. So yeah, just it was a night full of interesting situations. What did you love?
Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
And the way he just ogles Ricochet.
Yeah, no, you can first off,
you can cut that sexual tension with a knife.
First off, I'm going to give my love, I mean, that was great, and it's included, but I'm going to give my love to the match between Ricochet and Dijak, because both of them are fantastic.
Yeah, it was short, but it was really, really good.
Yeah, it was enough to put over Ricochet, but enough to make Dijak memorable.
Yeah, it was borderline fantastic.
Yeah, it was perfect on both ends, and then
almost, because Dijak almost murdered himself with that moonsault.
He took that moonsault onto the shoulder. It was a little rough, but then
little under rotated.
But then followed that up with Velveteen is great on the mic, and watching Ricochet kind of like go tit for tat with him as far as like words on the mic, and then Velveteen just being stunned with the flip over the top rope was just that was picture perfect. It was so like I am very intrigued what Velveteen has planned to try and be better than Ricochet at NXT TakeOver, because he was a loss for words with the flip over the top.
The whole anything you can do, I can do better felt like it went out the window because he just became awestruck.
Yeah, he's
just like, oh.
Hey, we're not even in a match, and he just outclassed me. Did you dislike anything? I didn't.
That one guy's fake tan.
Oh, George Henson's fake tan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good dislike.
That was rough.
Yeah. If only he would have taken the fall to the War Raiders.
I mean, hopefully Rowan Hansen didn't get a bunch of that rubbing off on them.
I don't know. It looked like it was pretty plastered on, but I feel bad for anyone he may have to go home to. Your sheet's probably going to turn orange. Good luck with that. Yeah, I mean, a pretty fantastic episode of NXT.
Nothing wrong with it.
If they ain't broke, don't fix it. Are we done?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for sticking with us through episode 201, and thanks for watching the midweek wrap-up.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click those links down below.
There are a lot of social media links.
There's also a podcast link.
That's the one that says SoundCloud.
And there's Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling. Where there is the list with Kevin Hawk.
That's me.
There's Question of the Week with Thomas Wolfe.
Not me.
There are punishment videos, unboxing videos, and other videos that are loosely based around wrestling. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
And if you miss us between now and the next indie news, always remember, you can just summon us by looking in a mirror
I was gonna
and say 3 times, "Fuck Modus."